am hanging out with Cora right here. How you doing?
I'm annoyed.
Why are you annoyed?
I have to defeat the little chica de Ola Ola, Nair Robles, at Intense Wrestling Alliance. I'm gonna bury you! You hear that? You better.
Better watch out in here. I am hanging out with the one and only Jorge La Bestia. What is up, brother?
Man, shit.
That's right. What's up? Tell everybody about the next NYWC show.
Next NYWC show. Your boy versus CJ Bambino. We go way back now. Long time ago. We actually were brought up together in training.
That
So
guy's a bully, man.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Oh, he's a bully, all right.
maybe on NYWC, yeah.
100%. 100 at NYWC is and at SWA, just so you know. All right.
Well, you
all
know,
right.
we work together in SWA. You know that, right?
Where can everybody follow you?
Jorge _ La Bestia 22 on Instagram.
All right, don't forget NYWC. Check them out. Go to the next show. Get your tickets now.
I just want to say that it was super rude of you to walk away from me earlier.
Talking to the New York State champion, you're going to have to pay up.
Do you take kale?
Dude, goodbye.
Whipwreck, Cation, doesn't matter.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like we have a special guest.
Get my earplugs on.
No. You was looking for Tina, and then you talk about people.
Dominate tonight, all right? The Dirty Deeds, they got nothing.
We're now the new Starlet champion. What's going on?
Hi, I am fearless princess, so why not team up?
All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February.
The show is called The Shadow Band, and I was like, that's kind of...
Hold on. Let me speak. Okay?
But today I got a very special guest. I got the great.
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and I am hanging out with the cancer fighter, Sean Wachter. How you doing, bud?
What?
You all right?
That Cora,
Cora,
the screaming thing, like
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is with people. They love to scream at me or with me or during me.
I had my speakers up. Thank gosh I didn't have my AirPods in. I got confused for a second. I don't know if you were playing something for Amity or something for me, and then there all of a sudden comes this woman who's like smack dab in the middle, like, and I was just like, oh, good gosh.
I mean, I had a flashback, and I thought Amity was with me for a second.
Like I said, oh man, I'm gonna have a tough time getting my balance back when I get off with you tonight, because oh man,
they got some business coming up at IWA. Coraline and Nair Robles, the Chica de la Ola Ola.
Stay over there. Stay over there. Don't please. We got the full house there.
We got enough yellers at NYW.
Yeah, any more? I think we're gonna start getting a credit from the state or something. I don't know.
Yikes! Oh man! But look at this.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
exactly.
night.
You know what? Forget even getting a credit from the state. That could be an application alone right there with everyone on that poster.
Tomorrow night, April Reign. Look at all that NYWC talent there.
Yes, yeah, no, that's a loaded poster. But again, I feel like almost borrowing somebody else's shtick. Be like, hey, look, I'm not on the poster. I'm not on the souvenir cup. It's what's going on here?
Souvenir cup. There's a souvenir cup.
I'm exaggerating. I don't know. We could draw me on one of the plastic cups the guy in the food court gives out. I don't know.
We can make a souvenir cup, man.
We could. I have merch. I just never make it a fact to go over and try to sell it. I don't know why. I don't.
Got you. I have merch, but you can get it on ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Papa Dank.
Hey, so do I, but I'm sure yours is a lot better than mine.
We'll see. But we also have the return of Mike Mistretta at April Reign.
Yes, no, that I'm looking forward to his matches. I'm a big fan of technical wrestling. So, getting to watch him is always a treat, whether we're on the same side of that wrestling coin or not. It's going to be a good night of wrestling if he's on the card.
Okay, now there was an announcement today that J-Red is going to be getting an award for last month's victory at Massacre of the Mat. Look at that award. Look, it's a barbed wire bat.
That is one
beautiful
heck of a trophy there. I just don't want to be anywhere near the presentation. Obviously, as SWA highlighted the other evening, I can also MC ceremonies as well. I will not be lending my services to this, because if we know anything about the history of professional wrestling, trophies tend to not make it out of the ceremony itself. And that thing looks pretty dang nasty. I don't want to be near it. I don't. Congratulations, J-Red. I hope you managed to make it out with that trophy, because that looks like that sucker could hurt.
Congratulations, J-Red, who left a bloody mess that night.
Yeah. Oh, good gosh. I gave him like an air fist pump. I was like, I'm good with that. I'm good. You can stay over there.
He wasn't on my blog, Thank Math, which you can check out on my YouTube channel. His first reactions after winning that match. All right, let's get start with the card. You ready?
Oh, yes, sir. Let's rock and roll.
I feel like doing a Triple H. Are you ready?
I got the water, but it'll just get all over everything.
It'll just get all over.
Yeah, I won't be happy with myself.
Gotcha. All right, let's go over with the Extricated versus Alvin Alvarez. A1G was on last night with me and Nuke in a tag team match.
Now, this is very interesting, because on the one side here with Nuke and A1G and Alvin, I have had the pleasure of competing against Alvin and Nuke, and I've also spent some training time with A1G, so I know what all three men are capable of in the ring. It's a great team right there. Power and speed, two big power heavy hitters, and all that speed and charisma in A1G. But on the other side of that fence with the Extricated, ball, mouse, that's just Bam Sullivan. That is a walking, talking horror film there. And I think if anyone who saw last month, Massacre of the Mat, those guys, hey, they might have not come out on the winning side of that one, but it's not about wins or losses, like I like to say. It's about getting yourselves back up and getting back up after a match like that. Those are some tough sons of guns. I'll give them that. So this is going to be a good one, I think.
This is going to be a good one. I would say the Extricated is more sadistic than anything. They love torture.
Pain. Like I said, not taking away from their wrestling ability, if I had to pick somebody in this match based on wrestling alone, it would obviously be Alvin, Nuke, Hall of Famer, and then A1G. But the Extricated here, they have the chemistry, they have the time together, and I think, as I've shown from my own trios endeavors, once you start to just put together a team at the last second, you're not going to have the same amount of success. It takes time. It takes training time. It takes ring time. It takes match time. And Extricated have it, and they're getting my nod on this one.
All right. As for me, you know what? I'm gonna have to choose my guys, Alvin Alvarez and top tier A1G.
All right,
those are my guys.
Okay. All right.
I gotta go with my boys on that one. All right. Next up for us is a rematch for the NYWC Fusion Championship. Cooper Valentine takes on Giorgio Lawrence in a rematch. Now, last month, Giorgio won back the title from Cooper, who won it in the first place from Giorgio at Psycho Circus.
Now, with this one, like I had said to you with the previous show when we were going over the card, I want to see how Cooper Valentine would handle a loss, because that's where I said it last time. I want to see how you handle losing. I want to see how you pick yourself back up. Now, obviously, he's getting back in there. He's getting his rightful rematch. However, I did hear his promo this week that him and Giorgio had. And, Giorgio, hey, maybe there was some questionable tactics in which he won back that belt. But at the end of the day, he still won. So it doesn't matter how he won it. Cooper just needs to kind of knuckle up, get over it, and get back to business. So I want to see him play here, you know, with good technical prowess. I don't want to see any emotion in there because the kid has a bright future, and I think this whole process for him, as annoying as it could be, will be a good teachable learning moment for him. So as far as my pick for this match, gosh, you know, I'm going to go with Giorgio here again.
Okay.
All right, because I still think Cooper, as great as he is and as great as he will be, I still think he's got a little bit of room to grow. And I think, again, we're going to see maybe something unorthodox or maybe not by the book from Giorgio, and it's up to Cooper to adapt and overcome. So we'll see.
All right. Now, these two are really good friends in real life, in and out of the ring. And you know what? Giorgio had the title first. Cooper won it from him. Giorgio won it back. It could be like a give and take. I think Cooper can absolutely pull it back and take the title again. And I don't think this can be settled in just a one-on-one match anymore.
No, that this is something that these two, being training partners, being friends, but again, there's no friends in wrestling because at the end of the day, there is a winner, there is a loser, and the winner does get the winner's purse. So both are young men trying to make their lives in wrestling, but also making their way in the world.
Right.
You know, a couple extra bucks never hurt anybody. So let's see who wants it more here.
The issue is that they know each other so well and probably know what the other one will do. And I just think it's going to be a tough match for both competitors.
And I would think maybe, if any, maybe that's why there's the accusation of Giorgio doing something there, not by the books. Because like you said, you know each other so well. You're finishing each other's words. You're finishing each other's sentences. You're going to have to go and maybe step into a little bit of area of uncomfortability to get ahead. And like I said, it's not always going to be honest, and it's not always going to be clean.
All right. Good luck to both these competitors. All right. We had a comment before from Serena. Serena thinks that Giorgio's retaining the title and that Cooper has a lot to learn. I think they've learned enough with each other, going back and forth and training together. They probably know each other well.
We will see tomorrow night.
We will see tomorrow night.
This will be the one that you and we will have to revisit after the show and say, hey,
okay, all right,
this is the one. Let's earmark this one. We'll revisit this.
Let's mark this one. All right, April Reign tomorrow night. Make sure everybody gets their tickets at NYWCProWrestling.com or use that QR code right there on top, right on top of Tommy Rant's head and right next to Mr. Sal Savelli, Mr. Main Event.
Yes, Mr. Sal Savelli.
Speaking of Tommy Rant, let's take a look at the next card. The Slime Balls from the NWA, originally from NYWC.
Yeah.
Tommy Rant, Sage Chance versus Post Game for the NYWC Tag Team Championship. Now, the Slime Balls are NWA talent who are making a name for themselves in the big leagues, and they're back home at NYW, and their momentum is really, really strong right now. So can Post Game overcome that momentum? What do you think, Sean?
I don't think so. And it's no knock on them. They are Alex, how are we doing?
Alex, go to sleep.
No knock on Post Game. They have
100%.
They've got everything. They really do. But like you said, the Slime Balls have that momentum, and they're going around the country. I'm sure soon around the globe. But every time they come back to Deer Park, they're coming back home. They're coming back to NYWC. And this is where it's going to help them beat the intangibles, the athleticism, the charisma, the speed, the strength that Post Game has. They're just going to take that and they're going to ride that wave of momentum. So again, my pick for this one is the Slime Balls again.
Mine too. Slime Balls all the way.
Slime Ball City.
Slime Ball City. That's what they're going to be. Slime Ball City. Who's joining us? Let me see. The one and only Skills. What's up, Skills, brother? How are you? Can't wait to see you soon. Probably tomorrow with a Mr. Joel Maximo, but we'll go over that in just a few. Right? All right, coming up next, Mr. Main Event himself, Sal Savelli versus Steven Stetson. Tomorrow night, April Reign. Get your tickets. There's the QR code. Use it. Your thoughts, Sean?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to be bluntly honest. I don't know too much about Mr. Stetson. I do obviously know a good amount about Sal Savelli, someone that I have had the pleasure of training with a few times. And again, it's home field advantage here. I'm going to have to very blindly go with Sal, but my reasons for going with him, I don't think are ones that should be overlooked.
All right. Now Sal is a friend of mine, so I don't know Steven Stetson, and I haven't seen him wrestle yet, but I have seen Sal Savelli wrestle, and just the Main Event is going to take this one.
So basically, we've got a bias panel here.
I'm very biased tonight. I don't know. You know what it is, Sean? I got to stop making friends with the talent. That's the problem.
It happens. Hey, but when you give the guys and girls here the opportunity that you do, you're going to make plenty of friends around here.
Yeah, but Mr. Main Event, man, one time I was sick and he was going to bring me chicken soup.
Well, that's the type of person he is.
That's the type of person he is, but I felt like, I didn't give him my address because I thought he was going to try to pin me for my 23-6 championship. So I told him, you know what, I'll just deal with it.
Best on the air on the side of caution.
I agree. All right, I can't wait for that match. All right, next up is CJ Bambino versus Jorge La Bestia.
This is going to be a good one. And I say it's going to be a good one just because the amount of history that these guys have together. They both came up together. Right. Jorge even, I believe, alluded to it at the beginning of your show. I was trying to read his lips. I was still trying to figure out what happened to my ear after that young lady decided to just blow out my speakers here.
Caroline?
Yeah. But, they trained together, and I think this is the first time these guys are really officially getting in a ring to tie it up and tussle together. So I'm looking forward to it. Both big guys, both strong, powerful dudes. It's going to be like what did Gorilla Monsoon used to say? The irresistible force meets the immovable object, or something like that.
That's right. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Go with that one for this match right here.
All right. So now I'm gonna have to go with CJ on this one, even though I love Jorge. So the bias isn't in effect tonight for this match.
I happen to agree with you on this one, just because, unfortunately, as much as I admire Mr. Bambino as a competitor, I do not admire some of the ways he goes about getting his wins. So I would not put it past him to do something like that. So if I had to put money on it, I would go with CJ, because I think he'll do something a little nefarious, perhaps, to get the upper hand on La Bestia there.
I agree, CJ for the win. Sorry, Jorge. Serena says she's rooting for CJ as well.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm rooting for him, but I'm picking him because, like I said, I know what he's capable of. So I think I'd be foolish not to factor that into my decision-making process there.
All right. Next match. QGTM versus JT Cation and yourself versus Mikey Whipwreck. Now, I think there's going to be some bias in this one. I'm just saying.
Oh, God, I'm just happy that it's been months. And I'm sure they feel the same way. Okay, there's no love lost here. We're all getting tired of this. I'm giving you the PG version of it all. If I didn't have morality clauses in some of the deals I have with some of these wonderful organizations I work with, I'd be a little bit more unfiltered, and it would be probably bleeping every other word.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Yeah. The fact that JT and I had to go to Mikey over here and say, hey, look, we need you out here with us, not because we need someone to hold our hand, because every time with these guys, there's some sort of horse going on, and it's, we need like the godfather of NYWC himself to come and make sure that everything is on the up and up, because this can't keep happening with these guys. I'm sure they have other places they want to be, And
Right.
I most certainly have other people that I'd like to start wrestling, but
Absolutely.
this is what I am told to do by management. And being a good little soldier, I follow my marching orders. But hey, hopefully this week, JT and I could get that statement win and hopefully put these guys behind us and me, more importantly, not to sound selfish.
All right. So I guess you're gonna pick yourself.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with us on this one. That's a no-brainer, unless they just push my buttons too damn hard and I do something stupid and get us DQ'd. But I know having Mikey there, he's gonna probably keep me at bay, which is pretty funny, saying that I'm going to task Mikey Whipwreck with making sure I keep sane. So it's
Now, we talked about the trophy earlier. We better keep the trophy away from Mikey Whipwreck.
Yeah, he may have that up his sleeve for this. I don't know. We'll see.
He might.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I'm hoping this gets finished tomorrow night. I hope this is the end of this one.
All right, as we go over this card, April Reign tomorrow night at the NYWC Sportatorium. General admission is just $25. But if you want to sit right up front in the front row and possibly get a wrestler fall on top of you, $40 is a great deal.
Yeah. Hey, give me the $40. I'll fall on you right
now. I'll take the money and fall on you.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot. Like what was it? Heath Slater said, I got kids. Now, shoot, I'll fall on you for $40. Just got to make sure you sign a piece of paper first, so they ain't gonna sue me.
That's right. Nobody wants to get sued. All right, no. I'm gonna go with you guys as well because the unpredictable Mikey Whipwreck is in this match.
When we came through the curtain last month, he was there and he was none too happy. Excuse me. But that's why we said, hey, look. Let's just have you out there then. Now, like I said, not that we need you holding our hand. JT does a fantastic job of holding my hand. So it's kind of like, what? We just need that extra set of eyes out there to let us know what's going on. And JT and Mikey are former NYWC tag champs. And that's not years ago. That's recently. So
right.
Very, very happy again to be in a situation like I was months ago before things unfortunately took a sidestep. But, I had Mike Mondo, helping me all, along the way. And now I have Mikey Whipwreck, who has it better than me when it comes to getting to sit underneath these learning trees, especially with Long Island wrestling. I've gotten to pretty much learn from everybody who's somebody on the island. So
that's true. I want to talk about something, but let's go into this comment from Metal Geek, my pal. Sean is inspiration to cancer fighters everywhere. And I 1000% agree with Metal Geek on this.
Appreciate that so much.
You are truly not only just a fighter, but just a great person as well.
Come on now. We can't be letting people know that I paid you.
There's my bias right there. Just saying. But let's send out a huge congrats to the one and only Willow Nightingale for capturing that TBS championship, who was also an NYWC alumni.
I actually have a pretty funny story about that. So,
okay, let's hear it.
My eldest daughter, she'll be 8. She is a big Willow Nightingale fan, much like many young ladies and wrestling fans in general.
Right.
And I said, hey, your daddy knows her. And I said, but your daddy knows a friend of hers as well with Mr. Rex Lawless there. It's public knowledge. The two of them are a couple. And my stepdaughter said to me, hey, Daddy, did you ever fight that man? And I said, almost, but I tagged out and let my big partner handle it. And she said, that's a smart move. I said, oh, yeah, no, it was.
Very smart move, man.
Yeah. And like I've told you before, I'd like to get my trios titles back one day, but maybe they'll not have them when that time comes.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
All right, next card. It is Izzy McKenna and Ruthless Lalo, who made an impact at the last show last month against Sammy Chaos and Amity LeVay. Well, I'm bringing earplugs this time. What are your thoughts?
I tried my best to reach out to a couple of folks that are on this card just so I could get their take on their matches, just because like I said, I don't want to appear too biased, and I want to really try to offer some sort of journalistic integrity and make sure everyone's getting their voice be heard in regards to the card. And I reached out to Amity, which is something that I made sure was done electronically, like I've told you in the past. I do see her in the facility. I do try to stay very far away from her out of my own, well-being. I just got an expletive sent back to me, and it was just blank off. Okay. So, yeah, not screamed at, just cussed at. So it's just, all right.
I told her, I was trying to tell her that she has to take her medication, but she was screaming at me so much she didn't hear me.
Like I said, I don't know. I think maybe we get some aid from the state.
She needs some sort of help somewhere.
This seems like this one is going to be a mix of all sorts of styles right here.
Ruthless Lala is a force to be reckoned with in the Northeast.
She really is, and she throws that lariat like no one's business. That was a move that I had started to try to work into my repertoire, and when I saw her using it, I said, "Oh no, that mine." Yeah, I'm like, I'm not even gonna try to. I couldn't even do as well with it as she does. So, you know what? I'm going to, and this has nothing to do with the pleasantries that were passed along to me by Miss LeVay, but I will go with Izzy McKenna and Ruthless Lala there, and I don't have direct experience with Izzy, but I have up close experience with her because she was part of the Shillelagh hitmen there who took my, as aforementioned, trios titles away from me. So, I definitely have some experience seeing her in action up close. So I'm siding with them on that one.
Okay. Man, this was a tough one for me because Izzy McKenna and Ruthless Lala are a force to reckon with by themselves. Together, it's kind of pretty unstoppable. But then again,
I don't think they're messing around.
Sammy Chaos, though, she's a tough cookie. I've seen her in action in a couple of federations.
Okay.
And the unhinged Amity LeVay could be quite the deadly combo against Izzy.
You know what? I will actually, as I've like to start doing, I will name this one the Take My Money match for the
Yes. I you know what? I'm going to agree with you. I think this is going to be the sleeper match of the night.
This is where I put my hoodie on and I ask people
and watch.
Leave me be until the end of this match. Then I will sign and take pictures. But
come sit with me.
I'll come hang out with you for this one. We'll do a little commentary track between ourselves during this.
All right, you definitely don't want to miss this match, and much less the whole event. April Reign tomorrow night. Make sure you get your tickets. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time is at 7. And use that QR code or go to NYWCProWrestling.com to get your tickets. All right. We're not done. We got more stuff.
Oh no, this is a great card. This is
a great card.
Great card. The one thing with NYWC is we just I feel collectively we go out there and do our best, but management make sure that they go out of their way to put on the best card each month, whether that be using local folks or bringing folks in from all over. It's what's best for our fans.
And it was packed last month.
Oh, that was awesome. That was really great. That was an awesome audience to get to perform in front of, but then, towards the end, just come out and kind of fade into the background and kind of take it all in. Really, I love doing that.
Make sure you guys come early to get your good seats if you're in general admission. All right, before we go to the next match, we got something going on. There was a little election going on. I don't know if you remember Johnny Malloy with his bare feet up on the table.
We were trying to do, I guess, our recap, you and I, of what we went over and recap our picks. And, one half of the dirty deeds, just, I have no qualms with them. They just decided to interrupt our recap, and they tried to take it with their political agenda. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Commissioner Oehringer. It's just I try to leave my involvement with politics to my cancer advocacy, not actual day-to-day nonsense and horse blank.
Now, the election results will be revealed tomorrow night at April Reign. Make sure you get your tickets. And the Dirty D's tried to interrupt me when I was trying to talk to Amity, and it didn't go well for them either.
No, I'm sure they needed to get some hearing aids or whatnot afterwards as well.
They did. All right. Next to last match, we're going to go over the returning Mike Mistretta versus Isaiah Wolf, who is also making a name in the Northeast, but as well as Mike Mistretta is as well.
Like I said, this is something that I think anytime he is on a card, Mike Mistretta, I was about to set myself up for a pun, an unintended one. I was going to say, once he's on a card, there's nothing better than Mike, but then I realized what I was doing, so I'll stop there with that. But no, the technical prowess that he has, yes. I know Isaiah Wolf has a little bit of a technical skill to him as well, but as said, Mike Mistretta is on a card. You're taking that card one step up with him being on that show. So I'm going to have to lean with him on that one. I'm going to have to go with him. And I did. That was somebody that I did reach out to get their thoughts and feelings on it. And they actually got back to me, and he was quite direct. He said, I am going to put on a showcase, a technical showcase. So I'd expect maybe even some showboating out of him. I think he's that confident. And I think he is, and not that he hasn't been, but I think he's going to start to reestablish himself as a force to be reckoned with in NYWC.
Right, 100%. I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with either way because, like you said, the technical skills on Mike Mistretta is bar none. That I've seen.
And that's the thing. It becomes one of those things where it's like, okay, can you go out there and entertain? Can you go out there and perform? But can you go out there and wrestle?
He can definitely 1,000% wrestle.
Yeah, no, he can. Like I said, different side of the wrestling coin from me, but I got to respect it. I got to pay homage to his level of skill there.
And he is also the mentor to Amity LeVay.
Yeah, well, I'm not as scared of Mike Mistretta as I am. Yeah.
Now, before we go over the main event, don't forget that Dolly Darko will be there somewhere watching this match.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. She's a student of the game. This is professional wrestling. It's professional athletics. It's part of that is doing your homework, doing your due diligence, scouting, watching tape of your opponents, watching tape of yourself. This is not just something show up and put on a costume and do.
Right. Now, before we go into the main event, I'm going to do a shameless plug because we have mentioning her throughout the night, and you can check out one of my latest vlogs, Dank Math, right there. You can see Amity's giving me some shit.
The funny thing
Not
is,
big man shit, just some shit.
The funny thing is, it's like she's got the glasses on, like that's supposed to like make us think like, oh, we're okay.
That's right. She's not okay.
That's just something else for her to break and stab you with. I don't care. I'm not. No, I'm good with that. You got way too close to her. God bless her.
Yeah. You see me in this picture trying to keep my distance though.
No, you're ready. You're aware of what's going on. Like I see there's a little furl to the brow. You're like, oh, okay, all right. Like
there you go.
I know. Like she's kind of closing distance there, so you gotta be careful.
She really is, man.
Get some like bear spray or something.
Yikes.
Yeah. So
I'll be careful.
I guess if we're doing our little plugs here, I just want to give a quick plug myself. So we got this .org.
Love it.
Okay. We got this .org is a dynamic cancer organization. What they do is they came up with the idea that, hey, look, we all have friends and family that either get married, have children, and they get these, these registries. Oh, I want this or that. And then, unfortunately, when someone gets an illness like cancer, people are always wondering, what can they do? How can I help if I'm that far away? Oh, should we make a GoFundMe? No, what we got this .org does is they make registries for cancer patients. So they work with many companies, many great companies that help them give some discounts on some items. So anybody who's sick out there can have one of these set up for them by either themselves or a family member. And it's a way to help people get through a tough time. And not to pull back the curtain a little bit too much, but I got to film some stuff the other night for WeGotThis.org for one of their campaigns, and one of the participants in the main event, I had to pay him a large amount of money to do it. But Mr. Joey Conway, again, had to pay him. It's not like he was doing something out of the goodness of his heart.
Oh, man, Joey.
But, yeah, and then also, too, trying to get him to actually behave and realize this is something that families were going to see was another thing onto itself. But we filmed a little piece of business for them the other night, so that's going to be coming out nationally. So that's going to be pretty cool. And that's along with Trophy Smack, the championship belt company. So I guess to fully peel back, I get to do something really cool for WeGotThis.org and Trophy Smack. Myself and Alyssa, who is the founder of WeGotThis.org. Next month, we're going to be going to one of the local pediatric cancer centers, and we're going to be giving some pediatric cancer patients these championship belts, because those kids are the real champions when it comes to this. So to be able to get to do that is something that, honestly, as much as those mean to me back there, getting to give those kids those belts means that much more. So WeGotThis.org, great organization.
That's great, Sean, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just wish I didn't have to shell out so much money to get Mr. Conway involved. He gosh, shoot, he had a rider about like this long too. It was strange.
We're gonna have to talk to that guy at the show tomorrow. But let's talk about the main event next. Speaking of Mr. Joey Conway, he's gonna be taking on his mentor, Joel Maximo of the world famous SATs for the NYWC Championship. And in Joel's corner will be Skills Montana, Skills the Great, who, by the way, said expect the unexpected on Instagram.
Well, now, being we were on set, so to speak, the other evening, I didn't have to do much reaching out. I'm surprised he didn't charge me for his answer, but I did ask Mr. Conway his feelings on his match, and he believes that Joel coming to NYWC is all one big ploy by Win, because Mr. Conway is the Win heavyweight champion, and he said the brothers over there, SAT, do not want him as their champion, so they figured they'd have to come over here if they wanted to get anything done. His words, not mine.
Wow.
Pretty big talk. Pretty big talk, but I know Joey Conway can back up his big talk. To what extent, I don't know, but I know nothing comes out of his mouth unless there's some sort of level of fulfillment coming along with it.
Wow.
You know, we can't, as much as we may not care for his attitude or how he handles things, have to tip again the cap, because he is on a roll. He is
on a roll.
He won that SWA championship last week. I got to see that firsthand. You know, I've gotten to actually be in attendance both times. You know, his recent world championship wins, and the way he goes about it, he is a pro's pro, but the stuff he can pull out of his bag of tricks is next level. I know, like I said, maybe not agree with him personally or particularly care for how he handles things, but when it comes to wrestling, that is somebody who is constantly training, constantly getting better. And I think that is the key to longevity and actually getting somewhere in this business, is to just keep training. Don't stop training. And he's proof of that. So, you know, I hate to pick against Joel, knowing, you know, the history, you know, that he has and all he has done for, you know, this area and professional wrestling. But I'm going to go with Joey Conway again.
Man, this is a hard one for me.
I know it
really is.
It's just, I think he's working so damn hard, and he's showing it. And the way he's showing it is the results, the wins he's getting.
Right. The results all over the Northeast, making a name for himself all over. I don't know, man. I don't know who to choose, to be honest with you. My heart says Joel, but I think Conway's going to retain the NYWC championship.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's my pick as well. So, you know, next time we do this, we're gonna have to get some sort of graphic up on the screen or something so we can keep track of these, and then we could go back and go, okay, we were right.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
What is up, Herb? How are you, sir?
Mr. Simmons, how are you?
Speaking of Herb Simmons, Herb, I will be seeing you soon. As we know, we will be together at FanFest 2 coming up in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yep, I remember we were going through that. It's funny. Right. In the area smack dab in the middle, I actually had the pleasure of speaking with Dan Severin.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the few moments in this awesome ride that I've had where I've actually felt like a little kid. I thanked him umpteenth times. I think I thanked him more than was probably even appropriate, but it was awesome getting to speak with him.
I'm gonna feel like a little kid being at FanFest 2.
But I did have the pleasure, unrelated to this awesome list of folks up there, but when I was down in San Antonio for Texas Wrestling Association, luckily I was able to walk out of there with the W in the main event. The about 25-minute match. That was no easy task for me. That's actually the longest singles match I've had of my career at this point.
Right.
But getting to prepare for that match down at Hybrid Wrestling, I got to bump into Sho Funaki, and yes, and he even played along with me and did his whole "Indeed," which I told him, I said, I have been getting to meet a lot of really awesome folks, and this is the one time I'm probably going to act like a little boy and fanboy. Like, thank you so much.
That's awesome, man. All right, let everybody know before I go over the rest of my stuff. But I want to revisit FanFest for a moment. But let them know what you got going on besides NYWC tomorrow.
Well, we have NYWC, and then the following month we are back at NYWC again. And we also have in June, I will be at SWA on June 14th.
Wrestle Hell.
Right now, with summer coming up, I'm really trying to step up my training, and I'm being a little bit more selective with some of the bookings I'm taking, just so I can make sure that I'm putting my best foot forward. So, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me around NYWC, SWA, and who knows, maybe I'll pop up somewhere else. But right now, that's what we got on our board, and that's what we're working for.
All right. As for me, I want to revisit I got a lot of stuff going on. FanFest 2, as Cowboy Bob Orton will be inducted into the St. Louis Hall of Fame. That'll be great. I can't wait to show everybody the footage that I will have for this event. So make sure you get your tickets for FanFest 2. Go to SICW for more information. And while you're at it, go follow SICW on YouTube, because you can check out the Papa Nick commercial running with SICW Wrestling. And speaking of SICW, I'm going to have a very special guest from SICW. Brandon Beretta is joining me live Wednesday, May 1st, 7 o'clock. You don't want to miss that show. And then I have Kata Sin, who was at the Titan Free For All recently, and we will talk about that and much more also on May 1st. And from the NWA, right there, I will be having, I lost the graphic. Yikes. From the NW, it happens. It happens. But from the NWA, it's not the slime balls. Not the slime balls, although they may pop up sooner or later.
They probably will. They're always good for it.
They're always good for it. But, Sage yelled a little bit. But anyway, Wrecking Ball Legursky.
There we go.
Wrecking Ball.
That's my man right there. He is a good brother. He is a good brother indeed.
He is joining me on the podcast, man. I made a lot of friends at NWA, Sean.
Hey, you're climbing up there. Hey, don't forget me when you hit the big time, my friend.
Listen, man. Like I said, there's no money in podcasting. All I'm doing is losing money. But hey, I'm having fun doing it.
Hey, that's all that matters. Look, some people have a 76 Corvette or whatever it is for car people. I'm not a car guy, but you know what I mean. Everyone's got their hobby.
And the question everybody's been asking me all day today, I've been getting messages left and right today. Is this really the last vlog interaction? As you can see here, I am with Kai McKenna. This was released today. She's the new Victory Pro Wrestling Women's Champion, and she's awesome as well. But is this really the last vlog interaction, Sean? That's what I've been getting asked all day.
I hope not. I really hope not, because there goes our recap segment if it is. Shoot.
Well, I when something ends, Sean, something new must begin, right?
Okay.
It's like a relationship. You end a relationship, you go into a new relationship.
You caught me off guard here with this one. I don't know how I feel about this now. This is like, I had a history teacher in high school who said this. He goes, your relationship is screwed if your date says, let's just go to TGI Fridays, and they just order the chicken fingers. I feel like you just ordered the chicken fingers on me.
It is not. Vlog interaction is ending, but Papa Denk Vlogs is coming.
Okay, there we go.
Papa Denk Vlogs. I thought it was time for vlog interaction to end and Papa Denk Vlogs begin, because it used to be about interaction, but it's mostly about Papa Denk's interactions with everybody. So
there you
Papa
go.
Denk Vlogs.
Own it. All right, good. You scared me. I thought you were going to hit me with the it's not you, it's me. But no, we got something new and exciting here with a new graphic, which I like very much.
New graphic. And I will have stickers tomorrow at NYWC with this logo. So
That
come and
is
get
great
your Papa Denk stickers.
Because I have now, my wife jokes with me. She goes, I don't understand, because as I shared with you, I've been on the road probably for about the past 20 days or so, maybe home for 5. But she jokes and she says, what do you do when you unpack with your suitcases? You just take the one costume out and put the other one in, all my suits and ties for my normal job. And I've just kind of forfeited my travel luggage even for my suit and tie job now. And I have all stickers on it from all the awesome folks in this area. So awesome. I need a Papa Denk sticker for my travel.
You got it, buddy. You got it. 1,000%. Woo! Want to thank the guys at Pixway Designs, right there. Pixway Designs. They are the official sponsor of Papa Denk in general. All Papa Denk needs for your graphic needs. Make sure you go to Pixway Design. Call up Devin 631-832-7720. He has worked on the Islanders website not too long ago, and it is growing fast, just like your boy Papa Denk.
There you go. Fast. There you go.
I'm going somewhere, Sean. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going somewhere.
Isn't that a song like Talking Heads don't know where I'm going or something?
Something like that.
All sorts of tie-ins. Like I said, don't forget about me when you make it. All right.
I will never forget about you, buddy. All right. What another recap in the can. Me and you, I think we make a good team doing this.
We do, and like I said, we'll have to revisit that the outcome of that Giorgio Lawrence Cooper match tomorrow. That'll be the one that we talk about when we do our little postcard get together.
That's right. So next month we will be back for another recap, or actually preview and recap of April Reign recap and preview of the next NYWC card, which I don't even know what it is, but we'll find out tomorrow.
We will. They'll make some sort of announcement, I think. Maybe I'm making the announcement. Who knows? They better pay me double, though.
They better pay you double.
Yeah.
Just stay away from the bat.
Oh, God, no. Like I said, no, I'm not doing MC work tomorrow. Sorry. Cut off for that was already done.
All right, everybody. Make sure you guys are going to NYWCProWrestling.com or use that QR code to get your tickets. You don't want to miss this main event of Joey Conway taking on Joel Maximo, the world famous SATs, and of course the unhinged Amity LaVey in action as well. Yikes.
Yeah. God help us all.
Somebody help us.
Yeah,
somebody help us.
Somebody
help us. All right. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow night.